And welcome again. I'm going to show you another image. This is Alan Cook, the proud owner of the MiDion painting that's on the right. It is the older Mona Lisa. It's the diary of Leonardo Da Vinci's works. It is over 565 years old, and this is the younger Mona Lisa, and this is the younger Mona Lisa being serenaded. I've showed you images from him having hidden a little ring in his finger, from the Mona Lisa being in the painting in the x-ray, and my painting that so happens to be in the Mona Lisa thousands of times. I have well over 600 YouTubes, well over 2,700 micro images that prove it. But here goes something that I want to show you that is very cool. So let me put this off this side, and I'm going to show you again another image which is in the Mona Lisa, or in my MiDion is in there. You see this blue? That's her finger right here. Let me move this finger up a little bit. When you actually put it on up here, this is where it fits. It fits absolutely perfect. Exact same cut. He makes it look like a horse's head, and he cuts it on over and goes. He's a real tricky guy. But let me show you what else is tricky about this same image. When you reduce this on down, and you reduce this on down, and you get these two set practically in almost any way you wish, you can actually take this image. Now the reason why I'm going to say this is because what happened was, in my prior I think it was 492, there was an image in the brown, okay, and what was unusual about it, it was a magnificent brown that this was sitting in. It was sitting in it, okay. And what I saw about it that I thought was really cool was it looked like a magnificent picture frame. So if you look at this and MiDion, and you look at this, it has some kind of lines that run up and down. Not only because of words and hidden little innuendos, it's I do believe it's trick, and it's so cool. I mean, it is a picture frame in the Mona. So when I put this like this, doesn't his face resemble here in a sense? In other words, and then if you take a look at his eye, you'll see how his eyes move throughout. Okay, now we're going to get so I know for a fact that he makes his paintings move across the room. Okay, so when you open this up, well, I'm going to have to reduce it because it's so big. I'm going to have to do it. I hope you can see it. Okay, so when I put this up in here, you can see his face, how perfectly it fits within the area. You can see his eye, how it fits in many different areas. That's why he puts these things, because he wants his painting to have movement. Everybody knows Leonardo Da Vinci wants movement. What's really neat is that when you get this to the size, watch this. Bear with me because this is not easy. Don't try to attempt this thing at home, folks. It's just too complicated. It would drive you 10 weeks and you'll get nowhere like I did for a while, because what we're doing is we're lining this hand up with this area. But what's neat is if you see this right here, it zigzags and goes and then goes up. And look how far up it goes. You can see this line. So what he's going to have is he's going to have this image. He's going to have this image. I'm going to have to reduce it down so I get some play out of it. What he's going to do is have this image up, way up here on this line, okay, on this follow line. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, pretty close. Okay, you'll understand it. So he gets it on this line and he follows her, and you can see how she fits perfect, and how his hand fits across. You can see his hand was here and her face is here. You can even see her eyes. He has her eyes here to moving sideways. He has her eyes moving here. He has them here and here. So she's constantly moving on that bench, and he is too. So when he gets across here, watch. Now, what's unusual is what they say he had a claw hand, and because he had a stroke 5 years prior. And when it gets to here, it kind of reminds me of a claw hand. I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, so when you get to there, of course, it's supposed to be on the right side. So if you follow this line, it's working, and she's moving up and down, and she fits absolutely 100%. You can see her face in here. You can see these little lines that run through here for her hand, and you can even see her arm. He's got these hidden deals. So when he gets over to about right here, he starts to drop her down. So you pull this and you move it one notch, or probably 2 notches, so it gives me some play, and you can drop her down. And then you have to go a couple more notches, and he goes and he drops her down, and then it goes again. See, now of course it's up higher. See, he's got these different lines. It's not just in the blue. See, when you get to the blue, watch. Here's the blue, and here's the line. Here's the main one. There's so many lines, it's even got me confused. See, here's the line. It runs, comes on down, stops, comes on down. Then I have to, gets to here, and then starts going back up. Then I have to go up. So he gives you these movements during here. The finger fits perfectly in the blue. So he has this loop here that goes. He goes across here like this. And then when it gets to here, it sloops. See? Woo! Whatever they're doing. Maybe they're rocking in a chair. But you can see how he fits. And what's neat is, again, if you were to take this and make a picture frame out of it, just in the color, what kind of picture frame would that be? It would blend in with this picture and a painting. And this painting's actually a diary of his entire life in there in pixels, actually smaller than pixels. So with all that said and done, I just had to tell you, I'm kind of wondering, when this hand's lined up in the blue, where's the hat? It's got to be somewhere there. But he leaves his markings. With Leo, his reasons. Look at that. That hand fits 100% past the blue, too. Here it is. Hand fits. I'm going to pull it down. Pull it back up. I'm going to stick it right in the middle of the hand. Watch this. I'm going to blow up that hand. Okay? That's where the big hand goes. Now, let's see. That's his hidden works. Okay, you got your fingernail here, cuts up, cuts around. Leonardo da Vinci is extremely, look at that, unbelievable. You look at her thumb. Okay, you put this right here, you're going to see this cut line. Look at this, cut line with the thumb, and he's going to have those obviously everywhere on that. He'll make this hand move all the way across. And here's that line I was talking about. See how the line goes from here, cuts over, and then it starts to get, and it climbs up over here. Okay, but you also have to understand there's another line here, and then there's another line here. They're sitting on that park bench moving back and forth all day long. That's Leo, because he would make her, for an example, before I say goodbye, he would make her, for an example, be here in the painting, then he'd be here in the painting, here in the painting, here in the painting, and then he'd turn her sideways or at angles everywhere. He uses it, the best I can say, in the words dot matrix. The more dots, the more images, the more curves of the exact same curve, you'll have the same image no matter which way you flip it. It's a genius. And also, how would he know how to bury the layers? That's called ABC 1, 2, 3. That's 1% of the fine. Remember the old days? You're gonna say Grandma painted that, but it was with colors. So if he used an invisible paint, and the invisible paint of the first layer that you don't want someone to see, you'll put number. I'm going hypothetical here, in the sense of, for an example, layer 1. But on my painting he would use layer 2, and on the next painting he would use layer 3, and the next layer 4, like Lady with the Ermine, The Last Supper. I found my painting in all those. His works, he's a copy machine. Follow my 600 YouTubes, over 2,700 images. You'll love it. You guys, I'm going to tell you what, this woman is something else. It tells you many individuals of who the Mona Lisa is. It tells you his codes. It tells you what's in her eyes. It tells you all kinds of things. It's a blessing. We've been blessed by finding out Leonardo Da Vinci's tricks. There's answers in this thing. He is pure gay. He so happened to start the gay revolution. He's awesome. See this man. This man's a genius. I can't wait to see him, but to see him I have to die and go to heaven. And right this time, that might be likely if we don't stay indoors. Stay safe, okay? And with that, God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscription. Hit the bell for being notification. And stay safe. Amen.